Hi, my name is Nick with Machine Gun Dad. Welcome back to the channel. Today, in another episode of our field strip series, in line with one of the older videos, I don't know what order he's going to be posting that field strip video, we are going to be going ahead and taking apart a Ultimax Model 2000. Fun thing to note about that, we're not quite sure. This is either one of two or one of four in the country. We're not entirely sure, but I figured I'd make a note about that because there are very, very few of these here in the United States. So let's go ahead and move in close, show you how to take it apart. So as the first part of our field strip, always got to show clear. There is no magazine anywhere to be found around the gun. Go ahead and pull the bolt to the rear, and you can see in the chamber, seeing that there is not any round in the chamber. Now, while technically not a part of field stripping, we are going to be showing how to use the quick change barrel on this. It is such a darn simple thing because, obviously, quick change barrel. So, to take that out, leave the bolt to the rear so that it doesn't lock into the barrel face and make it impossible to take out. I'm going to pick it up, pivot, and we are going to pan up to show you the rest of it. Now up here, there is a tab right here in front of the front foregrip. You are going to pull that down, grab onto the charging handle, and rotate it to the left. Line that pin up that is part of the barrel and pick the whole thing out. And that pin that I'm talking about is right here. That pin locks into the front of the receiver right there. And that is how you use the quick change barrel. So I'm just going to real quick reinstall that. You will insert, line that pin up, bring it to the rear, and then rotate it to the right. And now your barrel is back in. So let's go ahead, get into the actual field stripping by letting the bolt forward. And it is very similar to the Ultimax, but there are a couple differences. So, first and foremost, on the back end, we are going to be taking the buttstock and pivoting it down by pushing this pin through right here. It is going to be pushed through this end of the gun. It is a captive pin, so pull that all the way out, and this will pivot all the way down, and you could use that to help you keep the gun up. And just like on the Ultimax 1000, there is this button on the front here, this lever that you're going to pull forward, and I know you could see it and probably heard it. This plate will come down and fall down the rear. Then you're going to grab onto that lever and pull the entire bolt and recoil spring assembly out of it. And from there you have an entirely disassembled, field stripped Ultimax 2000. So let's go ahead and get into reassembly. Okay, now let's get back into reassembly. Going to be taking our bolt and recoil spring assembly, which as you can see is the exact same thing as the earlier model we did. Same thing applies. As you put this back in, you're going to want to keep this up towards the top of the receiver and keep the trigger pulled as you feed it through so as to clear the pins and sears in here. If the thing wants to go forward, there we go. Ride it the whole way forward, let off on the trigger. Now your bolt and recoil spring assembly is in the receiver. Grab that plate back here, pull the lever back, push the plate up, let it lock in. Now that plate is not moving and you've got it all captive. Then grab your buttstock, pivot that up, grab the pin, push it all the way forward, and just like that, you have a fully assembled, fully working Ultimax 2000.